Well, while we're
Scotty.
here, let's talk about y'all's music career, because that
Oh,
was a big part of y'all's friendship.
Yeah,
it
that was a
was.
good
It
time. It was a
was.
good time.
Yeah.
We actually wrote a couple songs together.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We did. So we were in a band called Living Insanity,
Yeah.
and that's take that for what you will. But Nick was the rhythm guitar player. Max Payne, Man Mountain Rock.
Yeah.
However you know him, he was lead guitarist. We had two other guys that had been around the fringe of the business. But man, we had a band and we played music and we lived in a studio and we recorded music and that music lives and maybe, just maybe, no, I don't know. I don't know that, but that music lives somewhere.
Where is it, Nick? Do you know?
Daryl has it. Max has it.
Yeah, Max would end up having some tracks like I
Yeah,
don't know, man. It was
I'm really concerned about brother too, man. He showed up for a little while and started doing some autograph signings and stuff, you
yeah.
know,
Has he
and got in
disappeared?
touch. Yeah, I hadn't heard or seen a word from him since. He just, you
Yeah.
know, and I know that he was having some diabetes issues and you know had
Okay.
some things going
Yeah, I
on.
got to
So
reach out. I got to reach out to him.
yeah,
That's
if
a
you can
and
find
that's
him,
a
yeah, let
yeah.
me know.
That's a call to orders right there. Call to
Yeah,
arms and check on your buddy. But yeah, we recorded a lot of music, man, and we wrote the all of it is original. Like it's all of it. We did it all, and it was
yeah.
good.
Max wrote a lot of the music to almost all the songs. Brian and I did two songs together, where I just come up with guitar parts and him and I wrote lyrics together,
Yeah,
and we did two of them. But the rest of it was Max coming up with music and ideas about what he wanted, and you know the a skeleton of what he wanted, you know the words for the songs, and we'd all sit around and talk and throw different little lines or different little
yeah.
lyrics in there to you know so you know we helped, but he come up with most of the outline of the music and the concept of the idea that he what he wanted the song to be about.
Yeah, he Max Daryl Peterson is who we're talking about. Max Payne, aka Man Mountain Rock, what was an extremely talented musician, but a visionary. Like he unlike me, I don't look past my nose really, but he has a vision and he saw things and he
Yeah.
saw how this was all going to lay out. For me, it was I was having a blast, and I fancy myself as a singer, so I got to go into a studio with musicians and record stuff. I don't know, man, it was a really cool part of my life that I'm really happy about because I don't know, it was behind the music like all day long. We just lived in this place and we built
Yeah.
a shower and we put bedrooms and we, you know what I mean? We built this studio and lived in it and recorded all these songs. And so there's a story there somewhere I can tell you.
The other guy, two of the other two guys that were in the band. One guy is Mike Clare. And
Yeah.
he's music is his life. He was a professional musician, a studio musician, and has been on several worked with several different artists. Has a studio now. Brian, you ever see any of the stuff that he puts out on Facebook now?
I do not. I have not. Does he still
It,
go by Dr. Squash?
no, just Mike Clare.
Mike Clare.
Dr.
Yeah,
Squash.
find him.
That's
Yeah,
what.
he's putting out stuff now. Because he's got a studio and he builds guitars, but he's got another guy that builds mandolins and stuff.
Oh,
And
darn.
they have been putting out videos, and I mean, he did one. He did, and I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I have a lot of trouble right now. My mom is struggling, and
Yeah.
she gets into the zone sometimes, where sometimes she won't even want to answer a question, you know. And so he's put out a couple of songs, and he put out somewhere over the rainbow, and it's
Yeah.
all instrumental. And the one guy's playing mandolin to the lyrics and a guitar, and it's very beautifully put together with a video package. All their
Yeah.
songs have video packages. Find him on Facebook. But anyway, I knew that was one of my mom's favorite songs as a kid
Yeah.
because we watched it every year it come out, man. You'd be at the TV watching, you know, Wizard of Oz. She'd sing
Yeah.
that song, man. So I come over to her. She was just sitting there staring, and I said, "Mom, I want you to see this." I said, "You remember back when we was in the band?" And I reminded her, you know, who the guy was and everything.
Yeah.
And I punched it up and I played it for her. And within 15 seconds, she had broke into this big smile and started singing along with it. somewhere over the freaking rainbow, man.
Come on, man.
It almost brought me to tears, but
Yeah.
I was so happy that it brought her out of that just staring, and it brought her around to us. And I played her two or three of the. He did a couple of other songs. He did one. It's an old Civil War song called "The Girl I Left Behind."
Yeah.
And she knew all the damn words to that too. And I thought, holy crap! I know you wasn't from the Civil War. We don't know that. How do you? But it was a song that she'd heard from Pop or somebody. But it was an old Civil War era song, it's all beautifully done. And they've done a couple. They're doing some Beatles tunes and stuff now coming up.
Wow.
What? Say the name again, Nick. Mike Clare.
Mike Clare, yeah.
Mike Clare.
And the other guy was our drummer was Nathan Carroll.
Nathan Carroll.
Yeah, he builds drums. Our one guy was a studio musician that builds guitars, and the other guy is a drummer that builds drums.
Yeah,
so.
Mike Clare actually introduced us to what was the guy that was from out there? Steve Miller.
Steve Miller, yeah.
Yeah, Steve Miller.
Steve Miller.
Yeah. So he had worked with him a few times. So it was.
Yeah, he heard our demo.
Yeah, he did. So I
Were y'all both in the Sawyer Brown era too?
No, that was me and the Harris twins trying to do that. That was more of a country thing that Vince was trying to do that I screwed up.
But Steve,
I screwed up this thing that we were trying to do. Oh Lord!
Did y'all hang with Steve Miller?
Well,
no, Max and Mike Clare met him.
Time, me and Brad did one time at Six Flags. Me and Brad and Max and I think Squash, Mike Clare, went to Six Flags. They were performing, and we sat in there for a little while and talked to him. But it was like really cool to me. Like I thought, oh my God, this guy knows Steve Miller. I just thought he was some guy, but he's actually this real musician, and he's in there putting up with me being a.
He put our stuff over to Mick Foley. Mick Foley asked him if he'd heard about us because he thought Max was him,
Yeah.
And he got to talk to him. He said, "No, actually it was good, He put our stuff over."
There's some good stuff out there. There's a lot of producing tricks that we probably don't know about. But man, if it could get produced right, it might just be worth listening to.
Yeah.